Rising, Grand Rising. Yeah, family, I'm out here in Arkansas, as they say. Just finished unloading my load. Pause. And now I'm trying to shimmy on back to Chicago so I can get another load. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way because I had to stop yesterday, as y'all remember. I had a coolant leak. I had a pinhole in the hole, so thank God we got that taken care of. I was losing coolant. And coolant is not cheap. So I made it to the customer a little late. So I called ahead of time and let them know what the situation was, and they was like, cool, no problem. And now offloaded, and now I'm headed back empty. So it was about a 10-hour drive. So I figured, let me turn it on, just talk to you all. I got a good subject at hand. And this was sparked from yesterday, me talking about a lot of folks want to integrate into these dominant societies. It'll be nice to use Tariq's words, dominant societies, and they're not looking to develop anything of their own. You know, they think the other people's ice is colder than somebody's ice that looks like them. And you can always spot these people based off of their actions, their words, their deeds, and their mannerisms. They're easy to spot when you know what you're looking for. So we got to be able to determine who these individuals are and not let them sway us in what we're supposed to be doing, because they're not looking to they're not looking for liberation. You know, they're looking for a subjugation. They don't mind having controllers, superiors, masters. They're cool with it, as long as they can get something for themselves, some form of tangible from these people, so they can come around us and say, hey, look what I got. See, I'm a good little boy. And so when you're a good little boy like me, you get trinkets from mommy and daddy. And that's the motivation, right? And they feel if we had a society of our own, completely autonomous from the dominant society, well, that's just the word we're using right now, that they can't get these trinkets, because then it'll be all based off of merit. What are you bringing to the collective of value that can be monetized and extracted to help you and your family? And that's what I see. So you see a lot of folks that's willing to integrate. They're willing to basically just do whatever it takes. Lie, cheat, steal, manipulate. They'll turn you in, right? They'll fabricate stories about you. All kind of stuff. Because being for your people, for your race, it makes them feel a certain kind of way, because they don't want to upset. They don't want anything to upset upset the apple cart. So you being for your race, they feel that that's going to upset white mommy and white daddy. And so they got to be white mommy and white daddy's attack dog. And they have to attack you before you upset their apple cart. So their handlers, their masters, don't even have to say sick 'em. Like, you know how you say sick 'em? Sick 'em. They don't have to say sick 'em. You are saying things that go against the narrative. As our brother Malcolm, our prince, once said, we sure have a nice house here, boss. Are we sick, boss? We're still dealing with that, man. The world, not just the Knicks and the divided kingdom. You go to the Caribbean integrators and be white mommy and white daddy's eyes and ears. So yeah, guys, I'm out here in rural Arkansas. Get a little bit of buffering, so y'all just stay with me. Y'all just stay with me. We're going to get a little bit of buffering. You see where we at? We're just on a 2-lane road. Matter of fact, on a back road. To get to the main road. So we're gonna have a little buffering. Just want to make sure I let you all know. Yeah. So yeah, we just got to make it uncomfortable for these people to be in the same mind. Yeah, so that doesn't mean that we have to just keep these people out of our circles. Yeah, we're buffering a little bit more. Yeah, I was saying when that guy came into last night and said what he said, his whole energy. Yeah, and that type of guy, if that guy could, he would have everybody locked up because we him by even talking about liberation. We threatened him by talking about going back to the motherland. Irregardless of the fact we haven't did anything too much yet, but just the fact that we're even talking about it. They have to come in our circles and they have to start being disruptors. Energy was totally off. And it seemed like people who come in here have that type of energy. Not all the people I'm saying who have that kind of energy. When they come in, they all come in the same kind of way. On the attack. And I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to see a pattern. And I'm starting to notice that pattern. They haven't made no come what they said. We need to see these tactics so we can be able to deal with them in real time. But there's no stopping this back to Africa movement. Like-minded people, diaspora and continental brothers and sisters, so we can start affecting some real change. We don't have to accept the paradigm that currently exists. We do have the power to change it, but we got to be willing to roll up our sleeves to do that. Yeah, we have the power to change the paradigm. to be willing to do some work. That's all. The reason why these people are allowed to do the stuff that they're doing is because good people like us do nothing. We do nothing. Well, the Chinese bought up this, bought up that. Yeah, it's because you didn't buy it up. We didn't buy it up. So now we're mad at them because they bought it up. They see the value in it. They finna make probably billions. Nice little S-curve here. I'll be feeling much better when I get past these S-curves. You know, I've been this way I don't know how many times. I know it looks like I'm fast, guys, but I'm actually going. I'm only going like 30 miles an hour. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. There we go. Much better. Now we can kind of let our hair down a little bit now. But yeah, these are the things that we need to be mindful of. That we have folks like me who sort of want to be segregationists. That should be the dividing line. Peace, peace. What's going on? First, okay, I'm about to catch this comment in a minute. Peace, peace. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, it's beautiful. It's like 80 degrees down here. 80 degrees. Look at that turtle. They got turtles running across the road. Turtle, that's in the wrong spot to be, turtle. I love you. You got to get off the road, homie. Try my best not to hit these turtles. For whatever reason, during this time of year, they be crossing the road. I guess they must have their babies over around here somewhere, and they hatch, and they be trying to cross the road. There we go. Welcome to Missouri. Show me state. Show me state, huh? I left Arkansas, now I'm in Missouri. This is what we're looking at, people. That guy came into the chat last night. That's definitely what crossed my mind. That person definitely wants to be an integrationist. And the fact that we're talking about liberation, and we're talking about going back to Africa, and we're talking about citizenship, we're talking about history, we're talking about our ancestral homeland and ancestral birthright. Yeah, this scares them. It scares them. So we're gonna have paid and non-paid agents show up. And they come right into the room with negative energy. That's their goal. Disrupt positive energy. And basically come in there and do one of those. Get your hands out of my pocket. And throw a smoke bomb down. That's what they're trying to do. And of course, these are folks that look like us. So that means all kin folks, or all skin folks, I should say. It's not kin folks. Just because they look like us don't mean that they kin to us. Yeah, it's pretty, but I wouldn't want to live here. It's mostly Caucasians. You probably wouldn't want to live here because I'm sure they would have a problem with some of us living in these parts. All Caucasian, all Europeans that live here, so they would definitely have a problem with you living around here. Just recently, about a year or so ago, a year and a half ago, when we was having all that controversy, got that right. When they was having all that controversy about the Confederate flag, they passed I guess a statewide edict that they had to take their Confederate flags down. So normally when I come through here, every house will have a Confederate flag. And they passed the edict, and then they all had to take them down. So now they just wear them on their shirts, hats, bumper stickers, license plate, stickers on the window. And then what I also notice is, like in the summertime, yeah, it is. In the summertime, when they be in their garages working on their cars or whatever, inside their garage, they always have a Confederate flag hanging, a big one. Yeah, you probably don't want to live here. It's beautiful, but you probably want to live here. Believe me, I thought about it a couple times because I passed by a bunch of signs in the yard saying for sale. But I already know. Grand Rising. Again. But yeah. I see a bunch of signs on the side here saying that some of this property is for sale. And I'm sure they don't want a whole lot of for these properties because ain't nobody buying land like that over here. I've been coming down here for what, 5 years, the same customer. And them same signs been in the yard for 5 years, so they ain't really selling property like that. You gotta pay attention on this road, especially at night. Oh my God. A lot of guys don't like it here because of this road right here. First time I came, I was going, look at this turtle. Turtle, would you get your butt off the road? Y'all probably couldn't see him, but he looked like a turtle trying to cross the road. People be trying to hit him. So to show you how diabolical people are, they see the little newly born turtles, they running them over down here. These same people that love dogs and cats. Definitely spotted. Well, I mean, if I break down, you know, we got a national network that all they gotta do is make a phone call and I'll get somebody out here ASAP. You know, I'm in my where I'm at, Grand Rising. I'm in Missouri. I just crossed over to Missouri. I'm on the back roads, the little country roads that you shouldn't be on. When you look like me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you break down, what I would more likely do is just get out, put my triangles out, and I would call the national hotline that we have, and then the nearest truck shop, get them to come out to look at with the truck, or either bring a record, either get towed, or bring a mobile. We got mobile mechanics, and they'll come out. They charge an arm and a leg though. I think it's $400 for them just to show up. And then depending on what they got to do, if the record comes, it's $800 just for the record to show up. The record is basically a tow trucks. So the main thing is not to break down. So let's don't even think like that. That's the main thing. You definitely don't want to be breaking down here at night. Oh my God, no. When you look at the signs as I'm passing these signs, y'all can't see it, but there's bullet holes in all these signs when you pass them on the side of the road. They just come through here at night and just shoot the signs. Yep. Bullet holes in the signs. Y'all can't see them, but yeah, I don't know. I've seen maybe once or twice in the 5 years I've been coming down here. but ain't nobody look like us live around here, so they wouldn't take kindly of us coming here. Just recently had to put up their Confederate flags a year and a half ago. Every house down here pretty much had a Confederate flag hanging off the porch. But you know me, I don't care. Fly y'all flag all y'all want. I'll fly my flag too, red, black, and the green. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm sure they was probably pissed about the fact that they had to put up their Confederate flags. That's right, did that. Yep. Every freaking house down here had a flag. Y'all probably think I'm joking. I'm not joking. I don't know how many Missourians took part in the Revolutionary the Civil War. My bad. The Civil War. Yeah. Wait till I get up further where the road will be a little bit more wider. I can take a glance at some of these comments. Yeah, but that's what the dividing line is, guys. Integration, right, or segregation. I'm from the mindset that we should segregate. Well, they do it. They do it. And they basically close ranks. So if one of their members, one of their race soldiers do something out of bounds to transgress, they circle the wagons around that person and they come to their aid and defense. They have no problem doing it. But when we start talking like that, now it's all of a sudden it's a problem. There you go. Now we finally get to the real road here. What do you think about a part of Africa selling? I discussed that yesterday. You didn't come to class yesterday, so you missed it. I had 3 hours talk about this, so you got to listen to the video from yesterday. I covered that. Hope your truck never breaks down around there. Well, yeah, me too. We do got protocols, so and we have an emergency button on the truck too. I can push this emergency button, it'll immediately to the dispatch center, and then from there they will call my phone to find out what the problem is. What's the name? Jake brake. Yeah, we got an emergency button on the truck. So what that's designed to do, it has a signal that goes automatically to the headquarters, and then they would see that and call my phone to figure out what's going on. And based off of that, they could dispatch EMTs, fire department, or police, or tow truck. Nah, you don't want that. You don't want that. You want it, especially as a melanated truck driver, you don't want to do that. You're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble. Because really, these good old boys are not going to do nothing to you as long as you're not trying to be their friend. See, I'm not trying to be their friend. I'm not trying to be their buddy. You know what I mean? As long as you're not trying to be friendly with them, I'm kind of hostile but cordial. That's, to me, that's the best way to be with them. That way they don't take you as being a sucker, and they can try you. See? When they realize that you're not that friendly, you're not a friendly, then they watch you and they observe you, and low key they have a low key amount of respect for you because you're not a sucker. You ain't falling for the okie doke. I have no problem. I've been coming to these spaces for 10 years. Kentucky, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. I mean, all of these places are not put in, some of them are put in the hood, but majority of these places are in majority white communities. Do you need to carry? That'd be the question for me. Why do you need to carry? Yeah, something could happen to you, but if something's going to happen to you, let's see what he said. He said I had to shoot. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, fam. If you got to do it, do what you got to do. Just be careful. You see what happened to our brother for that effort. Side of the fence. I'm definitely an advocate for folks who can't carry legally. I'm just in a situation where I can't carry. But if I was legally able to, I would definitely have them, but I don't think I would carry them due to the fact that what I do, I'm out here by myself pretty much, and I haven't really seen too much going on. Plus, I'm sort of even keeled, sensible person, so I tend to make good decisions when it comes to dealing with these race soldiers and just race soldiers wannabes. You know what I mean? I stay away from them. I'm not trying to be their friend. I'm not trying to shoot the bobos with them. I'm not trying to do none of that. You know what I mean? They say something to me, I say something back. They wave at me, I wave back, and keep it moving. I really ain't got no conversation for them. Got to keep them out of your business. And if I break down on the road, I really ain't never had no problem with nobody. Police came up to me plenty of times, state troopers. Oh, you need any help? Like, yeah. You got a tow? Did you bring a tow truck with you? I need a tow truck. They laugh, I laugh. They're like, sit with you until the tow truck get here. I was like, yeah, I would definitely like that. Sit with me until the tow truck get here. That way, if any of your people on some flim flam, you dig? But I haven't had no problems. I've been all throughout the country, so and I guess it helps because I do industrial, mostly industrial places. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I have to worry about that. It's unfortunate you had to do that because everything we say. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. My goal is, like I said, to get up out of here. My business is here. I love what I'm doing now. I didn't really like it when I first started, but I like it now because I get freedom to go and to do, make good money, and great soldiers sort of leave us alone. Yeah, they leave us alone. As long as you got everything right with your paperwork, the truck is up to snuff, they don't really bother you. Segregation for me. Yeah, I agree. Segregation for me too. We still could be segregated, but still do commerce with them and with others. If you notice, most of societies is really segregated, but they have no problem conducting commerce with other people. We can take their money and we can do business with them, but as far as living and interacting, I think we need to be segregated. But most of their neighborhoods are segregated. But yet, another turtle on the road. Turtle, would you get off the road? Most of their neighborhoods are exclusive and segregated, but yet companies that they start, they will let anybody that's qualified to work for them work, for the most part. And we do got some exceptions where they bar us from working there, but most places we can pretty much go get a job and we can work for them, but they don't want us living with them. They don't want us living around them. It's cool to be on the other side of the tracks, something like that. What's happening? I'll be back, fellas. I have to deal with mine. Go right ahead, Black Love. Yeah, so yeah, it's segregation for me too. Exactly. We can do commerce with them. We can buy equipment, machinery. We can go to take classes at their schools, all that. Get our technical knowledge up. We can do business with them, no problem. But as far as living and interacting on a personal or cultural level, absolutely not. And I think we should marry people that look like us. Yep. Now that's probably controversial, but hey, it's just my opinion. That's how I feel. I want a sister that look like me. I want my kids to look like me. Black man, black woman, black babies. Exactly. We're God's chosen people. We've been endowed with all of the creative talents known to this planet. We are the best at everything. Even with them downplaying everything, we're still the best. Musicians, sports, arts, you know what I'm saying? Brain power, science, math. They just downplay it so much that we even start believing that we can't do something, or we're not that intelligent, or we're not that bright, or we're not that talented. They talk so negative about us, we start to believe the hype. You know what I mean? The propaganda is so real, we start believing what we can't do. We start thinking about, I can't do that. Yeah, we can. We the originators of everything. All we got to do is go back to that space and our DNA probably is going to unlock. All we probably have to do is just sit down long enough and make a commitment. And we probably got chambers in our DNA that's going to unlock, that's going to give us the next greatest thing, right? The next big thing. We got, and I truly believe that. We probably got so much gigabytes of knowledge in our DNA that's closed off to us, and if we really go to that place, we can probably unlock that DNA and come up with the next biggest thing, the next big thing. Because our people are the one who did all. They just took all the knowledge that our people developed over the millions of years since we've been on this planet, and they have expounded on it. That's it. But nothing new. They haven't come up with nothing new yet. Yeah, they haven't come up with nothing new yet. So, yeah. And I think the best way for us to come up with these next new things is to segregate ourselves. Exactly. Because when we came up with everything, right? Math, science, literature, arts, concept of God, you know what I'm saying? The concept of the incarnation, all of these concepts that we came up with, you know what I'm saying? Astrology. We did that because why? We was a closed society. Wasn't nobody on the planet but us. And look what we was able to achieve when it was just us. We didn't have all this foolishness going on, all this deception and this propaganda, right? We didn't have all this divide and conquer. We didn't have all that. So when it was just us on the planet, look what we was able to achieve. And that's a form of segregation. Because in harmony and us being segregated from these demonic entities, I think we can create a better world than our ancient ancestors. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. We came up with everything when it was just us on the planet. Going on around there. I know you can't wait back there, but I can't go fast. This old Confederate flag in the window. Y'all see? Yeah, this is what you got to deal with. It's beautiful down here, but this is what you have to deal with Confederate flags in the back window. You know what I'm saying? Pickup trucks with no tailgates. Keeping back there impatient in a sun gun. I'm so glad he don't got around me. Yeah, so I want to get back to that, to where we can be amongst ourselves without all the foolishness and the propaganda bombarding us every 5 seconds of the day. So we can get back to our true nature as creators. There's no telling what we're creating. So that's why we have to be about the business of segregation. The only thing we thought, as far as integrating with them, we can integrate with them when it comes to commerce, technology. They didn't foster all the technology because they track certain students and track them right out of the school system into their own little track. And then they hire these folks And they develop, use their brain power, and all of their information basically is commandeered by the company. So we can do that, but you know, nice to ride, nice day to ride. But hey, man, tell me about this. Welcome to my office, guys. This is my office. Ain't nobody standing over me. They ain't gotta answer my questions. You know, just me in the road. Make great money. Can't beat it. To me, it's the best job in the world. To be honest with y'all. I ain't got to deal with the office politics. I ain't got to soft shoe around or tap dance or buck dance in the office. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is make good decisions out here and be safe. Yep. You missed your job? Yeah. Hey, what was your job? Really, right now, I don't know if y'all caught my video about, maybe I need to redo a video about secondary sources of income. But I think I'm gonna start covering that more too, because I need to help us grow our money, so that way you would tend to be more generous to people who are trying to do something and put forth ideas out here in the universe. That was suggested to me by one of the subscribers. I had already covered this topic a few years ago, or a few months ago. I can't remember when I talked about this, but I probably have to do it again. Yeah, you should have your job. You should have a side hustle, something, secondary source of income. Sell bangles or beads or purses, shirts, do something. Make a barbecue sauce and sell it online. Whatever we got to do. Buy cars, fix them up, sell them. Ladies can do hair in the kitchen if you're good at doing hair. Actually left you disabled. Oh man, sorry to hear that. But you got to just use your mind. Turn your mind into a business. If you're physically disabled, then you go to plan B. Plan B is your mind. So use your mind to create money. You got the internet now. Tough job out here on the road, cutting grass. Yeah, but yeah, so I do feel strongly about the fact that we're gonna have to separate ourselves. That's why we need to learn how to build our own communities. Got to become builders. So I'm gonna be taking a class soon, so I can up my skill level when it comes to building. I don't want to just build a house. I want to build a whole community. That's what's up. Yeah, we all need to be publishing books, so you probably need to send me a DM, because I need to do mine too. I got a story to tell. You know what I mean? It's a rags to riches story. Now, why is this guy going so slow? Going 45. Yeah, you need to email me. GoHamTrucking@gmail.com. GoHamTrucking@gmail.com. So you can help me out so I can get me something published. I need to get my book published too. Let's see if I can come around this person. That's a female driver. Grab them with both hands like they're scared to death. Sorry, I put these 15 speeds on them. Definitely email me. But I was thinking about, so I've been looking into it, and everybody that's on my channel, we need to be doing the same thing. We all need to be telling our stories. So I would start to heavily push that. We all need to put a book out. We all have a story to tell. And that leaves up something with some work, some literature, leave it behind once we transition. So I was thinking of just put it on a recorder, just basically, and then take it to somebody and then let them type it up and grammar and all that stuff. Because I'm no writer. So that's the way I was thinking of doing. I heard it's a place that you can do that. You can just put it on recording. Send the tapes in, and then they'll take the tapes and then turn it into your manuscript. So that's what I was thinking about doing, because I could just turn the tape on while I'm here in the truck, and as long as I speak loud enough, I could just basically put my whole story on that, and then just send the tapes in, and then turn it into a manuscript. Now I just got to worry about either. More likely, I would try to self-publish. I want to be able to keep whatever proceeds I sell. I want to be able to keep it all. What you think? Think self-publishing would be better, or should I try to get it? Because I'm sure it'd be hard to get published. These publishers are not going to want to publish no black stories. I'm looking for a hustle as a senior citizen. So, guy, what's up, Grand Rising? Yeah, because that's something that's already in us. The story is already in us, so we just got to get it out of our, get it out of our head and get it down on paper. So that's something everybody can do. Senior citizen or not, young person or not, everybody got a story to tell. You just got to get it out of your head and get it down on paper, and then we got to get it published. Get rich at it, but at least your story will be out there. You'll make a few dollars off of it. You never know. Your story might be the one that everybody is totally in love with. Self-bullying is the best as far as probability. Exactly. I figured that. Well, I'm gonna start working on it because I really got a good story to tell. From my youth growing up poor, to my adolescence getting in the game, to my drug street pharmacy days. Another little turtle. Try not to run penitentiary to being educating myself, from that to coming out to going to university, many jobs I've held, 2 failed marriages, then from that to several different businesses, that to making my way over to the motherland, 7 visits to the continent, and now ultimately owning land and starting my first company on the motherland, tourism and investments. Yeah. To building my first properties. Ultimately building a community. So I think that's going to be a great story, and all the twists and turns in between. But yeah, I would encourage us all to do that. So if you can share with me some techniques that we can pass along to the family, I think we all should be writing our stories. Everybody. We should all self-publish. Yeah, people say they don't get no value out of my channel. Well, I don't understand how they can say that with a straight face. You know, a lot of folks ain't even thought about writing their own book. I have, because I bought the recorder already. I had already looked into some places that would do I could send the tapes into. I just haven't executed it. And now we got a writer in the house, and now he can motivate me to get off my duff and do it. It ain't like I can't do it. I can do it. I got the recorder right here in the truck with me. Got to get some batteries and the tapes to put in there. And shoot, probably like 2-3 weeks I've been to bang the book out. I just need somebody to help me as far as, keep me on task, that's all. I can do that while I'm driving the truck across America, delivering these loads, while I'm going to Africa, while I'm taking folks over there to get their citizenship, while we're looking for land, while we're looking to build communities, while we're looking to build our properties. I can do it all. You got to squeeze as much as you can into this finite time that we're here on this planet. Absolutely. I have no doubt I can do it. I just need somebody to stay on me to make sure I do it. That's it. That's why I need to find me a real supportive sister, a real helpmate. Once I find a real helpmate, that'll be what I need. She can help keep me on task. That's what we need. These some good supportive people in our corner to help keep us on task. That's all it is. Got the trucking company I gotta finish growing. Son coming back, gotta get him acclimated into the trucking business. I got my land over there. I need to start getting my plans drew up for my house. Well, not my house, but my rental property in Africa. Remember, it's the quality of your subscribers that matter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get no argument out of me. You get no argument out of me. The only way we're going to get the quality is just, I just got to turn the camera on and just start talking. Good folks are going to, be drawn like a magnet over here. And folks who about they, ain't about their business, about their BS, they're going to be, like a magnet, going to be repelled. They're going to repel from this space. Plus, I'm going to help them out. I'm going to help put them out of this space. Yes, I agree. That's what I'm doing. I'm building a community, an online community that we're going to be able to take offline. Yeah, we're gonna be able to connect online, and we're gonna be able to take it offline. Well, I didn't say Black America, but you know, I just said to find a good sister. The whole planet is why I'm looking. See, I mean, I'm into international, so I have a little bit more experience in dating internationally, so I never said where. I just said a good sister. A good supportive sister is what I'm looking for. Come on now, look at this dude here. Look, look. Oh, wow. As a senior, I enjoy the ride. No problem. I'm right there with you. I ain't too far behind. I'm getting to my golden years too. You know, I don't look like it because I've been working out. I work out every day. I try to do at least 100 push-ups every morning. I got to get back into doing my sit-ups, so I need to get a mat. Sometime today, if I get a chance to stop, I'm gonna stop and pick up a mat so I can start doing my sit-ups again. God will guide you to a good woman, my brother. Absolutely. I firmly believe that. You're not put on this earth to be alone. Yep, I firmly believe that. I just been so busy doing stuff. You know, I met quite a few coming along, but you know, just ain't met the right one yet. I think I have. I just gotta circle back around. But well, for me, I prefer the beautiful Gambian women. Yeah, the Gambian women are beautiful. They're not better looking than the Sierra Leonean women. Oh my Ghana women. Matter of fact, they all beautiful. I don't know, you know, how you can single one group out over another, because they all beautiful. Sisters here are beautiful. Sisters over there are beautiful. You just got beautiful sisters, period. And here you go. Here you go with your jokes, James. Don't make me put you in timeout now. You don't need that type of we too old to be playing. And I'm not a young guy, so let's not do that, because I don't want to put you in timeout. I don't like where that place goes when you start to play too much. You know what I mean? I'm not even that type of guy. We can joke around or whatever, but when we're talking these type of subjects, this is not the place to do it. Now, if we in person and we didn't develop a relationship personally, then yeah, certain things would be allowed. But while we trying to conduct the people's business, this is not the time to come over here playing. Yeah, that's true. You got to put the work in. But at the same time, your partner got to put the work in too. Okay? Because relationships in most places tend to be one way. The man is expected to put all the work in. And that's usually where the problem is coming from. Both parties on the right page, because in order for us to do the things that we need to do, we need to be able to come together and create healthy, strong, productive, business-minded families. Okay? And then once we're able to get a strong family, that'll be our nucleus. Then we can move these strong families into a community of strong families. And that's how we begin to change the narrative, right? And change the paradigm. So all the people who about their buffoonery, they're gonna be excluded, whether they look like us or not. That's what we have to do. If you look at every other culture does this, so it's not like this is a a H.A.M concept. Some people would like to say that this is my concept. No, this is the concept that I see around the world. Strong families. And strong families get into a community of strong families to make a strong community. That's it. So family needs to be about business. And up to this point, people have been trying to make it seem like I have love for you. Now, are you going to be about the business of cultivating your family and, right, doing for your people? You got to do more than just be about your family. What are you doing for the outer community? How are you being of assistance? How are you being the agent of change? Yeah, you're supposed to be part of your family and cultivate a strong family, but now outside of that, what are you doing? That's the biggest thing I see, that we need to come together and form a strong nucleus of families, and those families need to be about business. Yeah, we definitely gotta incorporate that business aspect of family, because I think that's what we're missing. We're getting together and just concerned with living a certain type of lifestyle for just your individual family. We're not being about the business of uplifting the collective. And I know they do that by design in the West to make us fearful to do that. So everybody basically keep their head down, just worry about taking care of your individual family. But that's why going to the motherland, we get a chance to create our own paradigm. We don't have to take that mentality over there. Yep, you don't have to take that over there. You can actually do what we want to do. So if we want to implement that type of protocol in our families, we can do it. Propaganda is over there, but it's not over there like over here. And you ain't got race soldiers running around everywhere. Exactly. That's why we need to be in a community that cultivates free thinking, fosters ingenuity, right? We need to be in a community that promotes intelligence. Yes. So we get the brightest among us, we're going to promote this person or these people. And instead of letting them go off to university and then let them be conned into getting a job with some big company and let all that knowledge and intellect be exploited for somebody else's gain. We have to create companies so these folks go to college, learn these skills, come back and work in our companies. That's what we need to do. Your child go to college, they need to be coming back working for you. Working in the family business. Not going off working for somebody else. Your wife, she needs to be working for you. Family business. Mother-in-law, she retired, or your mother retired, or your uncle retired. Yeah, y'all come on out of retirement and help us with this business. Appreciate that. The kids, they grew up in the business. See, my son grew up in my business. Every summer he worked in that store with me. I used to have convenience stores. Every summer I had him for the summer. He was working in the store. He started learning how to price stuff. He learned how to fold stuff. He learned how to stack stuff, how to restack stuff. I had him doing inventory. I let him work the register sometimes. I let him interact with the customers. All right, these next 5 customers that come in, son, it's your job. You take over. I'm gonna sit here and just watch you and critique your sales ability and your customer service skills. And I started teaching him the ways of negotiation. And people used to come in and be so enamored with him and me because, man, like they was like, man, Shorty, you just don't understand, man. You got a dad that love you, showing you everything. Man, you just don't know. Some of us wish we had that. You grown men saying this to my son. He might have been around, what, 10, 11, 13, something like that. He'd be sitting there doing his homework. I'm helping him. Studying for exams. I'm teaching him how, study skills. Customer come in, I wait on the customer. He get to watch. I said, watch how I deal with them. Watch how I interact with customers. So that's why when I'm talking to him about business, he all ears. No problem, because he grew up in the business. He don't have that I want to work for somebody else mentality. The only time he get that is when he get around people his age and he think, oh, but man, Dad, these guys, like, yeah, them guys ain't got no prospects for jobs. You do. They just trying to talk you out of it. You gotta understand that. Finally made it back to the good road. Afternoon, Miss Price. How you doing? 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 Yeah, but we should be bringing our kids up to work in family business. Our wives, our sisters, our cousins, everybody should be working in family business if they can be trusted. Let me add that caveat because some of our folks, y'all know, some of our folks are steal. Some of our people will steal. No, it's true. But yeah. And then once we do that, we start putting these strong families in the same area to live amongst each other. And then we're going to exclude people who, 1, don't look like us. And 2, don't share the same politics when it comes to race, family, and business as we do. And let's see what we can build if we coalesce around that idea, that concept of excluding these other folks with all all their books set. That's what I would like to see. I'm traveling back and seeing African guy out there. Ain't much here for women like me. Hey, more power to you. Hope that brother's every. Yeah, that's what we gotta develop strong families. They might not be here because mine is over there too. What state am I in? I am in Missouri. Yep. Maybe about 150 miles south of St. Louis. Something like that, yeah. It's beautiful down here, right? Probably look like a painting, a picture to you all. Yeah, once we get the community started in Africa, we got to keep out the people that want to integrate into these other societies. You know what I mean? You know, it's a free world. Everybody can do what they want to do, but you're going to have to do what you want to do over there. You can't do it over here in this community because we're not going to have it. We didn't try it their way. We didn't try to integrate. What did Dr. King, our elder, said? Ancestor said? He integrated us into a burning building. Did he the one said that, or who said that? Y'all help me. Help me remember. Basically, yeah, that's basically what it was. He integrated us into a burning building. And then we look at the period of desegregation, or look at the period of segregation. That's okay, great. Yeah. Somebody trying to call me. I ain't trying to figure out what it is. Yeah, so, yeah, they probably thought, like I said yesterday, they probably thought that was the best thing at the time, but now we really can see that it really wasn't a good idea. We should have pushed for the laws stand the way they were. Okay, they're not going to change. Our ancestor, Frances Cress Wellesley, her book, The ISIS Papers, she was correct. It's genetic survival. They're trying to prevent genetic annihilation. We are the most dominant Homo sapiens on the planet. And if they're allowed to just mix with us openly over a couple hundred years, they won't be here. That's real. They understand that. They understand that. So they have a diabolical plan to get us off this planet. Yeah, that's true. So now we understand that it was a failed strategic plan to integrate us. We were better off when things were segregated. We had businesses, we shopped with one another, we had more of a family unit. Black men and black women were on the same page, knowing that we had a common enemy. Okay, back then we used to be able to keep our doors open, and your neighbor could whoop your child if they saw them doing something that wasn't right and exact. And then they would bring them to you, and you would whoop them. That happened in my lifetime. We had all that when we were segregated. We were forced to have our own stores, our own restaurants, our own cab service, our own bus line, our own theaters. So we couldn't go to any movies. We had to go to the back of the lunch counter in the back to eat, get our food out the back. That's what carryout came in at. Couldn't drink out of their water fountains. Couldn't go to their schools. We'd have been better off just being segregated. Well, some of us are just not understanding that. I've been new, but it's not all about me. It's about the collective. The more people that understand that they're in war with us, the better off we'll be. It's just guys like me. For whatever reason, I just feel the need to start speaking up about it. They're using soft kill weapons against us. Okay? They're using the subconscious against us. Most of us don't understand how the subconscious works. That's what they're using against us. If they keep putting out negative images of black men, for instance, every day, that passes through your conscious brain into your subconscious brain. So now you get millions and billions of images of negativity concerning black men. So when you have to interact with a black man, guess what? You interact with him, what's the best way to say it? Hostile. Yeah, I can go separate but equal. But basically, if we're segregated, this is what you got to realize, the reason why I'm bringing this up. If we're segregated, we're forced to work together. We're forced to get along with one another. We're forced to have an intact family. We're forced to shop with one another. Our money will stay in our communities months on end because we'll be forced to spend with ourselves. No, we didn't really try it. That separately equal was put upon us. That we didn't try that. That wasn't one of our strategies. I think it would work if we redefine what separate but equal really means. We didn't come up with that concept. We didn't come up with segregation. And quiet as it kept, we didn't come up with integration. These are all concepts that's pretty much given to us. We just took it and ran with it. We did have some brothers back there doing our ancestors' time, Dr. King, that was totally against integration. Now, why that didn't become the popular narrative? We had a bunch of brothers back then. Go look at the film. This film's plenty of brothers giving speeches on staying segregated. Now, why that didn't become the mainstream talk? There's a reason why. We had enough of those other folks that realized that integration was a good thing for them. Well, nobody really say anything about being superior or being inferior. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. What I'm trying to get y'all to see, that we were coalesced around each other if we were forced to work with one another. If we didn't have the luxury of going outside of our own community to do anything, if we were forced to only deal with ourselves, we would stop all this bickering, fighting, and backbiting, jealousy, envy, because it'd be about survival. We will have to depend on each other for our own survival. See, right now we can go to other communities and we have to depend on our own for survival. See? Yes, exactly. See, if we were forced, like, if y'all come outside, like they put, just imagine, think of it like this, people. If they took a fence, no, let's say a wall. Let's say they built a 200-foot wall around every black community and said, okay, if y'all come out, we're gonna put a gate, right? around, they'll put a gate at the entry of this wall. And we're not going to allow y'all to leave outside of this wall city. We will become the most creative people on planet Earth overnight. Because what will happen is, the crazy people among us that look like us, the crazy ones are going to eradicate each other quick. Then the smart and intelligent, strong-minded individuals among us will coalesce around a group of like-minded, and then we will run around this area and we will get a hold of the rogue males and the rogue females, and we will put them in check. We'll be forced to do this. So all the rogue females and all the rogue males, the strong among us would get together and we would police them to no end. Exactly. But what we should have did was create our own books. That's what we should have did. The hell with what you gave us, we'll just create our own books. How about that? We got intellectuals in our mix. So all our intellectuals will get together and we'll self-fund them. Right? Everybody in the community will give them $3 a month, and we'll self-publish, and we'll come up with our own curriculum, our own books overnight. 1 year, we'll have more books than the world has ever seen if we just support ourselves. See, we just look at things totally wrong, people. We don't need them to give us anything. We have the power in our hands. We just don't know what to do with it. Took them old books and burned them, and just had our scholars rewrite everything. Just make sure we take care of them, so they ain't got to worry about going out and driving a truck or day labor or whatever to get some money to pay to feed their family, but they can just worry about writing books. Once we would secure all these rogue males and females, then we would set up our own laws. Yeah. We would create our own laws within that walled city, and we would police everybody in it. And that policing would be based off of fairness and justice. And once the rest of the people in the community see that we got community support, people will fall in line. And all who don't will definitely have to be segregated from the group. Yeah. And people will coalesce around those laws, and them laws will be structured around family and business. Give us one generation of a community like that, we would take over planet Earth. If we couldn't spend $1 with no other community, only with our own, and we had the right to self-govern, come up with our own laws, write our own books, have our own curriculum, have our own schools, have our own businesses, have our own sense of family, and we couldn't come out that walled city for one generation, we would take over planet Earth. Yes, I agree. You can't. The strongest among us will come up with the rules and regulations for everybody else to follow. So your culture is to make everybody strong. It's to protect everybody. That's what your culture is designed to do. Okay? The smartest among us, we will have black think tanks. So the smartest among us would get together and they would thrust out all of the laws and the bylaws that we're gonna use to govern ourselves. So we're gonna use these things to govern ourselves. So we have a philosophy to live by. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I've lived through a little bit of it. You know, I'm 55, so I've lived through a little bit of this. That's why they don't want strong, intact families, people. That's why they always keep up some confusion among black men and black women. The first thing you do to neutralize, listen to the words I'm using. The first thing you need to do to neutralize any group, you have to break up the nucleus. That's the family. Once you break that up, you automatically neutralize that community. And that's what they successfully have done. That's why we are a domesticated people. That's why our dollar don't last for 6 hours in our community. That's why we see negative growth, negative net worth. Dr. Claude Anderson, our elder, speaks about this all the time. How much wealth we got, less than 1% or whatever, or 0.5% of wealth. It hasn't changed in the last 100, 200 years. So that's why I'm for segregation. And I know it's controversial, but hey, it is what it is. We're not trying to hurt nobody. What we're trying to do is get ourselves together. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're not trying to disparage nobody. Hey, y'all already have y'all communities. You don't want us in them. Exactly. And then we're such a juvenile-minded people that we fell for it because people didn't have to take it, but they did. And they still take it. You know, they appeal to our selfish and our lazy nature. That's why it works so effectively, right? They got together all the institutes, all the white think tanks, and they came up with these ideas, and they appeal to our selfish and lazy nature, and they put forth this, and it worked like you wouldn't believe. It broke up all our families. So now we don't know who the enemy. Now you got thousands of enemies running around. Some look like you, some don't. Some male, some female. So we basically got to jump this culture. It's a culture of death. A culture of self-destruction. That's what we basically have. It's designed so you can self-destruct. And it does everything in its power to help you in that aim. That's why a lot of us want to get out of here and go back to Africa so we can try to hit the reset. Hopefully we just don't take that self-destructive nature over there with us. Yeah, I agree. It's got to be the mindset, but then we got to, how do we exercise that? How do we execute that? What does that look like in practice? It's cool that it's a concept and it's a philosophy, but now how do we take that as a philosophy and make it into a workable concept that we can live our life around? Well, a lot of us are not going to make it. I know that. So the like-minded people, that's why we got to keep coming to, I got to keep coming to these spaces, and I got to keep the good fight, because eventually more and more people that think along these lines are going to feel at home in these spaces, and then we can begin to coalesce around these ideas and then take them offline into the real world and actually affect true change. Even if it's on a small scale, it'll cause a ripple effect. in the universe. It's the equivalent of throwing a rocket on a body of water. How that rock would skip across the water and it would make ripples, and those ripples would go all the way to the other side of the lake and hit across the bank and then bounce back. So our little endeavor could be that, like that rock going across the lake. And as it goes to the lake, it picks up speed, and then when it hits the bank, it hits the speed at such a velocity, it bounced back all the way to the other side beyond the point of where the rock was entered into the water. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. See, that's when you bring in the metaphysical. I don't think y'all ready for the metaphysical talks yet. Are y'all ready for the metaphysical talk? Just cool with changing the paradigm. Thank you, brother. What's up, H.A.M? Sharing and educating Chicago kids now about what you have been saying about motherland. That's what's up. Got to catch them early. My little niece, she's only 6, and she's already asking me, when you taking me to Africa, Uncle? When you taking me to Africa, Uncle? And I'm like, as soon as you're old enough to get a passport, I'll take you. And she was like, but when would I be old enough to get a passport, Uncle? I'm like, hell, I don't know, to be honest with you, but I'm going to find out. That's a good question, baby. You know what I mean? And I want to go to Africa with you. You're always bringing me something back from Africa. I want to go now. I want to see. But that's a beautiful thing. Me just bringing her gifts back from the motherland has inspired her to the point where now she wants to go to Africa with me. All praise is due to Allah. And so now I have to make a way to bring her to the motherland. I know my niece, she ain't ready for that, so. Hello, hello. Hello to you too. Getting ready. They're already really interested in social studies. It's about, what's that? Yeah, exactly. Well, this is supposed to be where they're supposed to get it at home. Like, my son got that same social study crap. It should be social engineering. We should change the name from social studies to social engineering. I said it, yeah. We should be changing the name from social studies to social engineering. So that's why we need our own communities and community centers where we can teach the real deal in our own spaces. I know for a fact that the so-called Jews, they teach their version of these things that we're talking about in the synagogues in the basement. That's why they be on the same accord. That's a closed community if y'all don't know. That's a closed community, in case y'all didn't know. That's a segregated community, in case y'all didn't know. And they operate in the open, same way we could do. Same way we can do. They're a global minority, but yet they have so much power and influence. Yep. Got soldiers on the move, huh? They're constantly showing them maps of Africa because they think Africa is a country. Yeah, I can see that. I thought it was a country too when I was young. Military on the move, huh? live in the motherland. That's why we're gonna have to leave these countries. Go there, create a new paradigm. Get back to I missed my stop looking at them. That's alright, I made it. Shouldn't be driving so freaking slow. See, I can speed up because I'm empty too. They always show the poor, I guess, torn countries like saying, yeah, of course. It's by design because they don't want you going back over there because we're quote unquote educated. I'm laughing, but we educated, so, you know, educate yourself and your children. People, absolutely, that's what I did. Okay, go ham, don't need to be missing no more stops. No, I didn't miss it. I caught it. You see, I caught it. I could have went down further and got on it, but hey, ain't nothing but the Army. Ain't nobody scared of that. Probably the reserves, ain't even the Army, reserves. They'll be alright. They'll be alright. Of course they stunned. Shoot, of course they stunned. Everybody's stunned by it now. See them big beautiful cities, and then we tend to go over there and create more beautiful cities. It's just a matter of time. We just got to get our paper right, get our minds right, and we over there. The continent already got the resources. We just got to figure out how to extract them and how to process them. And if we got to hold them for ransom, because I'm sure they're going to get to a point where they're not going to want to buy from us. All right, appreciate you, Horace. Appreciate you, everything you're doing, fam. Yeah, we just need to segregate ourselves because the good that's going to come out of that is going to be astounding. That's why they don't want us to do it. They saw when they did do that segregation bill, they realized that they was creating a monster. That's why they floated the idea for us, and then we grabbed onto it. When we should have just said, nah, we good. We'll put up with the old books, we'll put up with the old schools, because we still could have, if we had brought some folks to the planet that was thinking like this, we would have been able to solve our own problems. We wouldn't have needed their help for nothing. And then when Garvey came around in the 20s with the Go Back to Africa movement, more of us should have been on board with it. But what I don't like, I should say what I don't like, I think it's better that we do it the way we're doing it now. Just small groups and just certain individuals are going back. There's no more big UNIA type groups trying to take 2 or 3 million people at one time. We're not doing that. So when you do it like that, that's when you're going to have 50 times the agents, paid and non-paid, all the COINTELPROs and every other alphabet agency looking to bring you down. They're looking to doing assassinations, all that. Turn the war machine against you. And we, of course, we got a history of not supporting our warriors. Once the warriors class gets shot down or not eliminated, Then we go back to being a docile, domesticated people. So now this is better that we're just going over as individuals, in small groups, and individual families. There's no more big, massive exodus, none of that. So this makes it a lot harder for them to target people. They're like, I just wanted to let them leave. You know. Yeah, get y'all stuff and get the F out of here. Yep. So that's basically what I wanted to bring to you all. Just my thoughts on it since it popped up yesterday. We had that guy pop in talking about he can't no black man. What? I wasn't thinking. I should have said, well, I guess you only would follow a white guy or Hispanic or Asian or something, huh? That's pretty much what he was saying without saying it, but we have a lot of people like that want to integrate with these groups. And anybody that look like us trying to do something constructive, they there to oppose that and ultimately destroy anything positive that we're trying to bring about. So when folks like that come in our spaces, we're just going to have to figure out a way to get them up out the paint. You dig? Get them about the paint. I'm getting kind of hoarse now, so anybody got any questions before I get out of here? Might come back later once I'm feeling a little, get some hydration. That's right, self-destruction, absolutely. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? It's our Q&A session. Questions. And all the way, by the way, anybody that's inclined, feel they got some value out of today's talk, or just a different way to look at things, if you're so inclined, would you support the channel? You can do that through Cash App, and that's $RAKIN KHALIQ. Again, that's $RAKIN KHALIQ. Or you can go to patreon.com/GoHamLifestyle. And for folks who want to email me, it's gohamtrucking@gmail. I'm still in Missouri. Yep, still in Missouri, on my way back to Chicago. Probably about 100 miles now south of St. Louis. I'm on the back roads. Yeah. And any of you all's pledges that you all pledged to me, I take it and buy cryptocurrency. Right now I'm buying Bitcoin with that. So we can grow that money exponentially, so we can use it to buy some land, so we can build a intact community. So everybody's not spread out all over the country. We can start to segregate ourselves, as well as intermarry and intermingle with our continental brothers and sisters. And we're going to exclude folks that don't have our mindset. Yep. Sierra Leone, African American descendants can make a difference if they unite. Yes, we can. That's because a lot of them will think like this. And we're going to be intermarrying into the tribes and creating new paradigms and new communities. Appreciate that. We would definitely welcome that. Yeah, I take the money you all pledge, Cash App and through Patreon, and I'm buying Bitcoin with it. Yep. Bitcoin with it. And a lot of my profits from the trucking, I'm buying various cryptocurrencies. Yep. Excuse me, guys. Because that's the future. And ultimately, I would like to get a community going to create our own cryptocurrency. Yes. Have our own coin that we can trade and buy things amongst ourselves and exclude all these other people. We got to be exclusionary to get it off the ground, and then we'll open it up. Once we get a position in these coins, we'll open it up for the rest of the world to buy in. And then, of course, when they buy in, we're going to ride that thing to the top and become part of the ultra wealthy or the uber wealthy. But y'all don't hit me. That's later. That's for a later talk when y'all ready. That's for a later talk when y'all ready. You dig? But we have no questions. We all good on questions. Questions. There I go. Yeah. Guess nobody got no questions. I guess I'm doing pretty good, huh? Sierra Leone is a country most investors wouldn't wanted to grab property such as a country most investors wanted to buy property such as hectares of land. Well, that's cool, but we're going to still run into the same problems that we've been running into, and that is if you just got individual investors just going over there, they just picking a spot and then planting their flag, building their house. What tends to happen is we don't actually develop a community. Okay, you're just an individual that picked a certain spot and you're staying there. When other individuals go there, they pick a different spot. So we have no intact communities. We basically got still the concept of rugged individualism happening. So we're taking that to the African continent. I can't see how that's going to solve our overall objectives. It's not. Other groups are coming in and they're coalescing around themselves and they're building communities where they only allowed to stay in. They're excluding us out of the communities in Africa that they're building for themselves. I've seen the communities with my own eyes. The houses are built behind big walls and barbed wire, cameras, they got dogs, all that. Same way in South Africa. You see that in South Africa, heavy. I know you don't like the idea, but set up super chat. It's convenient for those, but no, I'm not setting it up. I'm trying not to do that. Because what you give, what you pledge, YouTube, listen, simple economics. YouTube takes 40%. Boom, right off the top. They take it right off the top. And then, not only do they take it right off the top, if I get too fiery with my language, they start to throttle the channel down. They start unsubscribing people. And we pay for that. We got to keep this in mind. We got to evolve our thinking. When we understand certain things, we got to evolve thinking. Okay? So we're going to pay them to throttle the channel down. They're going to hide the channel. They're going to start unsubscribing folks. Then they start not sending out the notifications. And you all are going to pay for that. What sense? Does that sound like intelligent people? No, it's not. That means we haven't learned nothing. But out of convenience, we're supposed to pay to have this information literally buried on YouTube. Now I know you ain't heard nobody bring it to you like that, but now you see why I'm opposed to it. I just never brought all the big guns out on all the facts out why I'm opposed to it. Now you should clearly understand why I'm opposed to it, and you should be opposed to it too. Well, the law of averages wouldn't work in this respect, because you're dealing on a platform that they control. So if I set the super chat up and you all donate, they taking 40% off, and then we're not even allowed the freedom to talk our real talk. I gotta dance around subjects, I gotta use code language, and if I don't, and even I'm using code language, they already messing with the channel. Channel is not even growing no more. At first I was growing leaps and bounds. Now all of a sudden, nothing. In the last 2 weeks, I might have got less than 10 subscribers. They already throttling the channel down. They already hiding and not sending out notifications, guys. Yeah. We're going to pay them to help bury the channel in YouTube. No. Exactly. That's why I've been wanting you all to go over to Patreon, but I can't get no cooperation. I got 5, I still got 6 people over there over the last month. There's only 6 people over there. And over there, I'm putting stuff over there that you won't get to see over here. That's really my safeguard. And I got a website, but I probably need to change my website to accommodate you all so we can go over there. But now the thing is, are y'all gonna, they call it mitigate. Are y'all gonna mitigate over there with me? Is that what they call it? Yeah. Or migrate. Because what tends to happen if you try to move people from this platform to another, most people won't come. Apparently you're not grasping what I'm saying to you. I've watched enough guys, I've watched enough channels, I'm subscribed to probably over 100 different channels. I know and have witnessed what they do. That is not a sound strategy that you're proposing. It's not. A better strategy would be download the Cash App. I put it in the chat. I put it in the description. I tell you on the videos, just go to the Cash App and donate. What the big problem is? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just as simple. And if you make that a big argument, then that says something. Why you make this a big issue when it's something simple to do? I donate to a lot. When I send money to the Bag family, Cash App. I got 4 or 5 other folks that I send money to. Cash App. I've never super chatted. The minute I found that out, no super chats for me, period. They leave their Cash App in the description. I go to their Cash App, I send them something. If I got value out of what they were saying, I've learned to look at something a little bit different. I'm able to tweak my thinking. That helped me in a way. That helped me to in a way. So I think I got some value out of that. Well, I know I got some value out of that. So I sent them something. would prefer to pay to have the channel buried. It don't make sense. No. The minute I found that out, 40%. Lord have mercy. That's why you hear everybody talking about Cash App. You're gonna make these suckers into global tyrants with censorship off the chain, and then you okay for paying for your own censorship. No. No. That's why I haven't been eager to get the channel monetized or nothing. I just got to fill out a few more things and I can get it monetized. I don't want to do it because then they're going to start really messing with me if I try to monetize the channel. I want to be able to keep it open where we can at least be somewhat candid and say the stuff that we really want to say. I'm still going to kind of monitor my tone and monitor my words I use. But if we was in person, I would be talking totally different. I'm only talking like this for y'all and for the people who watching, the censors that's watching. The channel ain't even growing no more. Before I was picking up like 10 to 20 subscribers every day. Now in the last 2 weeks, I've only picked up 10. So you tell me what's the problem? And I'm putting out more content now than I was prior to. So explain that to me. So in the last 2 weeks, I've only picked up 10 people. Well, prior to that, I was picking up 10 people a day. So what happened? Explain that to me. I can't remember exactly who it was that suggested this super chat stuff. Explain that to me. Why the channel is not growing anymore now? And why people are telling me that they're not even getting notifications now? Yeah, I get it, but you see I'm driving, so it has to jump signals. Well, there's no, when you're driving, it's going to buffer a lot. It take all of under 5 minutes to set up the Cash App. Go to the store, you know how to download apps. Go there, set the Cash App up, download it on your phone, boom, done deal. Y'all got to come on with these new technology. If y'all think this is a new technology or something, these technologies is not going nowhere. But y'all might well get on board. Your age is not a barrier to this. Yeah, I'm not speaking against you. I'm just speaking in general because you brought it up. But it's for everybody to hear. It ain't just for you, it's for everybody to hear. But this is my thinking. This is the reason why I said that. It could go just as big and just as fast if people would just use the Cash App. Simple. Just like you set up the super chat, you can set up the Cash App. What's the problem? It's better in the long run. And then if they ever decide to disappear the channel, and I got all y'all's information, I can contact you. I got a website, so I could probably have my website I can reform it so I can add in YouTube a little bit more. Y'all could go over there and look at my website. It's been up about 5 years or 4 years or whatever. And I'm always looking to get into this, but now that I'm really in it, you all could go over and look it up. It's GoHamTrucking.com. GoHamTrucking.com. So y'all can send me messages. Matter of fact, y'all can go over there and get the email. There's a different email over there. So I can have y'all email. So if they ever disappear the channel, we can find other spaces to go to where we ain't got to worry about being censored. We're already being censored. Y'all know that. So I don't know, maybe if you all not really aware of what really is going on over here behind the scenes of YouTube. They don't want us talking like this. This guy here. Wait till the last minute to stop. Yeah, somebody put it in the chat right quick for me. GoHamTrucking.com. Put it in the chat for me. I'll go over there. I'll call my web people and start redesigning it so we can accommodate people going over there. Go over there and leave me a message. Go over there and leave me a message so I can have you all's email, and I can start putting together an email list. So when we can start preparing for when they decide to. We're being too constructive as a people. We're talking too constructive. We're talking about doing something, so eventually they're gonna want to shut that down. So we're gonna have to find other spaces to go to. Since I already